Okay, good morning. Welcome to the August 20th meeting of the Raleigh County Commission. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have any public comment this morning? Okay, seeing none, let's go to commission comments. Commissioner Ford.
Okay, taking a moment to get my computer to pull those up. Okay. Monday morning, actually post meeting, I did meet with Vanessa, our new press information officer. First time, I think it was the first time we had a chance to really talk and to give her an opportunity to get settled in and pick drinking from that proverbial water hose there. Had a few thoughts and some ideas to bounce around, and we'll just see how those progress moving forward. Sounds like you've hit the ground running for sure. So welcome aboard. Monday afternoon, I met with Jeff Wick, President and CEO of WTC. Just a few items relevant to some county board appointments, economic development interests here in the Flint Hills region, several other items of relevant interest as well, and got an update on some of the things WTC continues to work on to improve technology and bound internet and bandwidth around the area. Had a great dialogue. He's always a good wealth of good information, so appreciated that time. Tuesday and Wednesday, work my normal slate of hours at work. As per usual, this time of the year, we continue to stay busy, which is good. Tuesday morning, took part in a policy workshop titled Governance and Taxation over at the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. So kind of a smaller group than I would have actually thought. I think they said they had 13 registered. There might have been 7 of us. A couple of people had to leave in the midst of that. Then in the morning during business hours, it's kind of tough to do sometimes. We did have a good dialogue though. There was chamber staff, people from the Business Advocacy Committee, some state officials, myself. We'll be following up with a second workshop in September. So help to kind of guide what their kind of local, state, federal interests are going to be. And they should have that done and completed by sometime in January. Tuesday afternoon, I did attend the board of directors meeting at the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. First order of business was the passage of the consent agenda. That included minutes from the June 16th meeting, financials through July 31st, as well as membership accounts. I got a very comprehensive update on the K-State Edge 3.0 district from Greg Willems, CEO of the foundation. Trent Armbrust, who's also doing some consulting work for the foundation for that project. I think it was about an hour and a half long presentation. So nothing's final on that. There keeps to be some revisions on that, but I guess they're still working with the city on what those boundaries and districts are going to look like. Got approval on the nominating committee appointments that'll be taking place here throughout the fall. I think October, during October's meeting, discussed what their federal priorities are going to be for 26-27. They take a trip in September as a group to do that with the federal delegation that, of course, takes place in Washington, D.C. There was discussion on support for the city sales tax for roads and road maintenance. They discussed that on Tuesday. I think that's coming through, and did point out to them that they have a September 1st deadline on that. So whatever legal ramifications take place with that, they've got a few weeks to get that done. So lastly, there was consideration of changes to the membership dues. There's a couple of different directions they may or may not go on that. So there's more discussion taking place there. Next meeting will be at the board retreat in Kansas City. Takes place in late October. Wednesday, I attended the open house for the new Commerce Bank space, which I believe is called the Hartford Building now. Technically, there's 2 of those. Maybe that changes. I don't know. They do have the Commerce Bank space taken care of. Of course, that's replacing the old Commerce Bank. I call it tower, but building. I remember when it was Union National. Yeah, Union National Bank too, and wasn't the president or owner lived in the loft upstairs there. You could see him out there hanging out in the mornings and stuff if you were driving by a long time ago. they did a real good job with that space. They needed somewhere around 5,000 square feet. Broke up the offices good, got a good warm, welcoming space to bring in people. I noticed that they don't have your typical drive-through availability there too. It looks like it, but it's all computerized. We got a video screen, so you don't have the actual window where you pass a little tube and stuff through, which I always enjoyed. But times change, so does technology. So it's all computerized now. So somebody will get on a screen and talk to you, and you'll do your business there. So if you're a Commerce Bank person, you might go check that out. They officially open on Monday, so this was just kind of a behind the scenes thing. Hutton did a really good job of putting that space together. I was realizing that there was conversations about that dating back to 3 years ago, and boy, does time fly, apparently. So check that out if you're done. Working on getting some other entities on there. I was told that they have double-digit numbers of the lofts upstairs in progress too. So that's moving right along as you would hope it would. Lastly, last night I met with my typical Wednesday night citizens group for some Chinese food to discuss some pertinent real-time issues. Believe it or not, flock cameras, area road construction, and potential fairgrounds move was the items of discussion there. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one alone for now. But that's what dominated the conversation. I think there's a lot of misinformation on all of those accounts that's hard to work through sometimes, but certainly necessary. So with that said, that kind of completes my week thus far.
Commissioner McKinley.
All right, well, Monday noon was the board meeting. There was mostly some standard stuff discussed. When the RCPD is working with Aggieville for procedures on Friday and Saturday nights, that got a little contentious last year, so they're starting up early discussions to see what they want to do. And then we did have a couple of long executive sessions at the end of the meeting. Wednesday was juvenile detention center meeting after over the last 5 years, because that's what they base your initial fee on. Riley County has averaged 401 days per year. Through July, we've used 977 this year. Our kids are not behaving this year. And then Junction City had stopped furnishing the education a year ago, and the facility had to pay a higher price to get a teacher in the school system place, but now they found a Smoky Hill Education Services that's going to furnish it at a more reasonable rate to get their stuff. And then Gary County Commissioner had said at one of their meetings that the facility had stopped accepting new kids. And of course, this was picked up by the local paper, which was not true. The executive director went to their next meeting with facts. They are full sometimes, but just like jail here, they outsource it to other places.
And the extra cost
for an extra cost, but they haven't turned anyone down. I'm not sure where those comments came from. Well, we know where they came from. We don't know why. That's all I had.
Okay, well, Monday afternoon, I too attended the law board meeting. All members were present. We went through the agenda and some additions, and we, I think on the Aggieville thing, they decided they were going to just do it as needed, close it down. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. And then we had a couple of executive sessions, which were interesting. So Tuesday morning, started pulling some weeds in the backyard early, but got interrupted by a wind and rainstorm that came in suddenly. Just I had to quit, and then it was too sunny. That afternoon, started reviewing the documents for the county administrator position. I think it's going to take me some time to digest all that information. So. Wednesday, reviewed the agenda and documents for today's meeting. Had some time in a friend's pool doing some water aerobics, which is great. Later, I continued to review the county administrator's documents from Elizabeth, looked over today's meeting packet again, and that's about all I have. So.
Only item we have for business commissioners, need a motion to approve payroll and accounts payable.
Make it sound like that's insignificant.
We don't have to do it, you know.
That's true, we don't. Just remember the pain that's gonna cause.
Come back in here Monday.
Yeah. I'll be attending Monday morning's meeting via Zoom. Thank you. I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve payrolls and accounts payable.
Second,
Was moved and seconded to approve payroll and accounts payables. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Three, please sign. Then don't forget, commissioners, I need those abstracts
Oh.
signed.
Yeah.
And back.
I
please.
signed them already, so I just passed them along to you. I don't remember there being quite so many, but
And they make this, well, each election's a little
Yeah,
different, but
yeah.
with the primary, you know.
oh, I know what it
Partisan
is.
election.
Well, you got the
You go
precinct
precincts.
officers. That's what it is.
Precinct,
Yeah,
Township
yeah.
officers.
That happens in the midterm, yeah.
Stacks it up.
Those that surprise everyone when they look at their ballot. Oh,
Well, considering how many are empty, yeah, that makes sense.
doing that. We've got to get you back on bringing coffee.
Yeah, where's that cheese
We were trying to hide it.
Football season.
All at home. All at home. I get through nonetheless.
Well, I guess
Every
I'll go put a
Monday and
note on your door
Thursday,
saying
you could
must
buy
get
him
coffee.
coffee and bring it to work. We would all appreciate it.
I'm still alert. I'm alert. We're good.
Send me a signal.
That has happened every once in a while.
Staying up late practicing that guitar, aren't you?
Oh, I was actually doing that.
Are you gonna do the air guitar thing?
I do real guitar.
John does air guitar.
Kind of where I've landed on that too. I might attend though, because I think it's a fun event. For sure.
No. No doubts.
Selection of music is always interesting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any changes to the minutes, commissioners?
No, I did not.
And move to approve the minutes of the August 17th meeting as presented.
A second.
Yes, we moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the August 17th meeting as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Tentative agendas look, commissioners?
Good.
Go ahead.
Sorry, one
Go
thing I might mention on August 27th, both Michael and I will be at the Kansas Bar Association annual meeting here in town. But we will both be there, so we will not be present for that meeting.
Oh, good. We can get away with some illegal things.
That's what you like.
I'll watch it.
Rich,
I'll
second
watch
hand,
it.
Michael's gonna be here.
Hey, Rich, I'm zooming in on the 27th.
We're gonna go into executive session.
No executive sessions, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm in a mood today. Can't help myself.
Any items for next week's press conference?
Yeah.
If not, you have Mr. Hanson up at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Always the first one.
Yep.
You know, it's like when your clients announce they're gonna do illegal behavior. ahead of
Hey,
time.
I was gonna say, at least they're letting me know.
Yeah, you better watch out.
I can watch on my phone. during the meeting.
Didn't YouTube have some discretion or something that said that they weren't gonna be able to do anything on the 27th? I think I read that somewhere.
Maybe I'll phone Craig to come over here on a temporary basis.
Ah,
Keep us in line.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that'd be fun.
he did a pretty good job when he was here, so that'd be relevant.
Pretty fun to see him. I haven't seen him in a while.
Last weekend, we were talking about KAC and how they have not hired a replacement for Jay yet still.
Yeah, still haven't.
Yeah,
Well, I thought they were gonna separate two positions, but they ended
they
up.
kind of had to do that last year to make it work with Craig and Commissioner Mays from Shawnee County.
Yeah.
You can take the full time for the exec.
They got some time yet.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as I get it really before January. I mean,
Yeah.
I hopefully way before that, but
Whoever they get though is gonna be kind of,
it better be familiar.
yeah, they better be jumping in real quick. I don't get the indication this year that there's gonna be a push to try to get 90-day session.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Would probably be wise.
I'd agree. Particularly with all the changes at the state level.
Yeah. also
Potentially,
true.
yeah.
Right. Bunch of freshmen. That's gonna make that very difficult.
Obviously leadership changes in both channels. too, so
Oh, yeah.
thank you.
That's the- yeah, I love it, yeah. I forgot about that little piece.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So that still may be on the table. I just haven't heard.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good indication who those individuals will be on the House side. I don't know about the Senate.
It is good to be possible.
Mhm.
At least more than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm sending you an email, something we got that looks like something you need to look at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with
How's
that
that
water
going?
thing, yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet.
It's given us like a month to look at it to
Right.
make any comments, but. That'd be good to have a collective statement on that. I think about it.
I'll take a look.
Okay, there's these.
Oh, can we get copies?
Yeah, I like that.
And Cindy said she's gonna be out of the office next week, so any correspondence you have on her behalf, send it over to Ashley. It seems like taking vacation, huh?
I ain't taking vacation.
I don't know where I would go this time of the year.
I need another one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Don't go to Texas, it was hot.
You were in Texas?
Yeah,
Ah.
my father-in-law's 80th birthday.
Goodness.
oh, yes.
Get so many copies by the end of my,
Huh?
I said, when I'm doing that many times by
Oh,
the end. to get
yeah,
to the stuff.
sure.
I just got only got
Yes,
8 letters in
couple.
my name, signatures
Yeah,
are a
I
little
know.
easier for me.
This is something. It's always interesting to look at. have Michael today, right?
Hmm?
Oh, that's 10.
Oh, are you looking at the 27th?
Say that's weird.
Thank you. How's Rob doing?
We got our son, Rich.
Good. Like the temperature out this morning.
So, yeah. How long were you in Texas?
Just over the weekend.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I know, man. That's good.
Sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Land owns much of
Who knows?
land all
Huh,
over those along the river there.
really? That is
Because
interesting.
this thing we got, there wasn't an easement, these might be some bank, looks like that. And some bank erosion control.
Where are all those areas at?
This is down by Zenedale,
Where's the other two at?
and the other two Northview, you know, you want out Northview. Which I
Sure.
thought,
They got the money to do it.
I thought, what's her names? Irvin sound a lot of that, but I guess not. There were a couple of those pieces.
Landell's got the money to do it.
Because we got a notice that they're looking for, applied for a permit from the Kansas Water, and we have to approve
Mhm.
an easement to build some stuff. Yeah.
It's interesting. Did not realize that.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're just losing part of that land there, or that water.
Oh, yeah.
Cutting into it.
Hello. Hi, Amy.
Which one we got? Oh,
Exec, #1.
I know, but I couldn't remember. That's why I was saying, looking at my list to see which one was, I couldn't remember which one was first. Okay. I think we got those on it. Okay.
It'll be too bad if we are hurting at offensive line, because I was really hoping to see what they could do, and I thought it would still be difficult even with all the new changes and stuff.
Well, I guess the good news is you got a couple. Nicholls State isn't exactly a powerhouse in their division, so.
The executive session. motion.
I thought we were doing that. I think you had a
Yeah.
mention. Service session.
Yeah, it's gonna take up the entirety of the administrative session.
Okay.
I'm curious to watch Colorado too. They're gonna have an interesting offense this year.
That's what I've heard.
I heard someone describe, they said it's the controversial offense, not really controversial, just not popular. It's called the go-go offense. And the best description of it, it's backyard football offense. You're just going to run the safeties in the ground, and so with Dion, that'll be entertaining.
I have a feeling with that in mind, that's probably gonna be his last year in Colorado.
It's to determine if Dion go-goes or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a new offensive coordinator, and that's what he likes to run, the go-go offense. That's what they call it.
Typically, you still have to have a quarterback in that regard, so we'll see. Are you ready? Okay. I'll move that the county commissioners, including Chairwoman Quoki, Vice Chair Ford, and Commissioner McKinley, with Jacob Hansen, County Counselor, Michael Hawthorne, Assistant County Counselor, attorneys for the commission with Elizabeth Ward, Human Resource Director, recess into executive session pursuant to the attorney-client consultation exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act regarding confidential legal advice on employment contracts, and the open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 9:15.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded for the county commission to recess into executive session for the reasons previously stated under the attorney-client consultation exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act. All in favor? Aye.
Is that premature?
We're live again.
We need to do it again?
What hurt?
Oh, okay. So we make a motion, I made a motion. Okay.
We need to make another motion?
Well, I don't know, I'm confused. It
Yeah.
didn't
do
look
we
like we
make
were
another
up.
motion Or what?
You weren't up the first time, I don't believe.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
well-
need to do it again, okay.
Yeah.
I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
No second.
It's moved and seconded, the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll also move that the record reflect no binding action was taken during that executive session.
I'll second.
It's moved and seconded that the record reflect no binding action was taken during the executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, Commissioner, you have Amy at this time.
Oh.
Morning, Commissioners. Amy Mangus, Register of Deeds. Well, let's see if I can find my.
Next one. Next one on the left, yeah.
There we go. All right, the following is a brief summary of my revenue figures through 3 o'clock on Monday, August 17th, with comparable information from last year. We are up about 120 million in mortgages or mortgage amounts from last year. So the various funds reflect the increase in recordings. We have filed 19 plats compared to 16 for a total of 45 lots compared to 89. It's mostly still replats or just single lots out of a section township range. This time I put 2 years worth of documents recorded just to show the growth that our office is experiencing. We've recorded 4,367 this year compared to right at 4,000 last year and 3,845 the year before. We continue to deal with reduced staff while navigating, increased document volume and unpredictable delivery times. And by that, I mean, perfect example was Monday. We didn't get our mail till it was after 2 o'clock, and it was closer to 3 o'clock on this Monday, and we received 41 documents. The Monday before that, we had over 60 documents that came late like that. And I still have to hold the recording time. We still have to complete our business day. And it's not just a matter of opening them and placing them of record. They have to be checked to make sure they're originals, that they're properly notarized, it has complete and correct ownership, so on and so forth. So, on days like that, we find that instead of wrapping up and moving on, the next morning, we're, finishing up the next morning, and then we still have to read and scan, and we're not even looking at starting our business day until after lunch. So it gets a little interesting. And we've predictably been at 4 out of 5. And I think within the next month, we'll probably be down to 3 pretty typically without any illness or, kid emergencies. So it's going to be a little interesting. We've placed anything non-essential on hold for right now, just to kind of give staff a little bit of a breathing room and just to work on the daily. And then I'm still tracking our daily revenue loss due to the fee changes in filing and mortgage registration. And we are up to 720,000 for the year so far. Any questions? All right. Thank you.
Next, Commissioner, Elizabeth Ward, 9:30.
I'd find her, but I'm not sure which one.
Interesting one for you on the email.
All right. I know it's been said. but- Oh my gosh, they're the longest. All right, so Elizabeth Ward, Human Resources Director, and I'm here to start a conversation about executive package benefits for the county administrator position. It is, as you read in the car, it is very common to have some administrator benefits that are different or distinguished from our general benefit package. So I've done some research here across Kansas, trying to look at municipalities. So that might include obviously counties, but also some cities, which are where some of the county administrators have come from in the current. Like if you look at some of our peers, many of them have hired from someone with potentially experience in the city realm. So just kind of some of the data that we put together is that there is pretty good data to discuss retirement or deferred compensation contribution, some professional development or dues. There are quite a few common that have vehicle or technology support. And then one that's not mentioned that is common, and we have discussed this in the past, is potentially relocation assistance when someone may be moving to our community. So as we kind of look through these things, I know there's a couple tables. Really, this kind of first one is where we see some common potentials. So we already have a 457. We have the ability to add a contribution if that's something the commissioners determine. So that is something that may be a good fit. Vehicle transportation might be something that's a good fit. Some counties do a monthly allowance. Some counties provide a county-owned vehicle. We do have some of our department heads who use county-owned vehicles. This distinguishment that I've seen is that the person in the administrator position has driven the vehicle solely. Like that is there because all through the community, they're expected to be high profile. So that is something to consider. Many of our departments already include professional development, but we may want to consider some of those professional development and professional organizations, not only in administration, but also maybe finance, human resources, organizational development, those kinds of areas. County provided cell phone does seem to be common. We have one employee right now with a county provided cell phone, doable. And then there's no expense related to that. The employee. There are also counties that do community and business engagement, civic membership. It just depends where you think this person really needs to network in order to have that influence and information that you want them to have to help lead the county. And then of course, relocation. So here are some examples of counties that either have it publicly available or reported to us that they have benefits, additional benefits for the administrator. And then here's some of the things that I guess Human Resources feels would be potentially higher on your list to consider. We can figure out the fiscal impact, specific dollar amounts if we get some direction on what you'd like to do. Vehicle allowance, there's different amounts. So we'd want to think about what that would be, or whether you'd rather just offer them a county vehicle. Deferred comp is kind of across the board percentages, so depending on where you want to go there. And as we go through, I did put the life insurance on that last one. I found that interesting. I can't tell you if it's common, but Finney County does use a life insurance policy as part of benefits package, and it is 2 times the salary as the administrator. So the county itself is a 50% beneficiary. So if someone would pass away in the office, they would basically be reimbursed their salary. So I don't know if that's common. I don't know where the idea came from.
Capers, 150 already, they're in Capers, they're gonna have 150% of their salary.
They will, the county would not. So this would, yeah,
But they already have.
they have capers,
as
life
part of
insurance.
Capers, I thought it was 100, I was looking up, I get 150.
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah.
100.
And our employees have that. This is an addition. So, yeah. I guess I didn't ask them for a justification or why they went with that.
So much for putting a price on life, huh?
Oh.
So I mean, my best advice really is to prioritize things that you think are going to make the biggest impact. Obviously, we want to be transparent. That's why we're having it here, but also position-based. This is our only executive position. This is a position that you are using as an extension of your executive authorities to really enhance and enforce your goals and make things happen. It has a different level of responsibility. And we are looking at recruitment. You know, right now is when we're looking at recruitment. So we want to be able to say, you know, here is the job and here is the value monetarily that the commissioners are placing in you doing a great job.
Like I said, life insurance, it's already done.
Yeah.
Okay. And the cell phone. I mean, it's why it'd be easier, just do I think the allowance like we do.
Everybody.
It'd be
is
easier. I think the benefit is they don't give their personal number. They have a county number, so everyone.
Well,
who
if they want to
contacts-
buy their own separate phone, they can.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the benefit of getting
Two
it.
phones per
I
line.
had, no, I had 2 phones for a while. It was just ridiculous.
In our-
Feeling.
I was confused.
It is hard, yeah.
Which ones, when,
Where is the one? Is that with Vanessa? Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. And I would say if you want to give them a stipend, you might consider a different stipend than you give other staff. Our max stipend right now is $65, which does not pay for a plan or data. You may not want to, but
Well, I guess we're pay for mine.
yeah,
okay. Pays for your whole cell phone plan.
Yeah.
pretty much
Pays for
yes.
everything except for the phone.
Yeah.
Itself. And I think that's what we're discussing here, what that looks like. And I mean, in this case, I could kind of see that maybe.
Maybe.
They're gonna
Well, a lot of businesses, a lot of things come up after hours. I
Yeah.
know that.
Mhm.
That's-
Yeah. Yeah, and I would think they will be a primary contact for the community.
That's what I would,
But
that,
not necessarily for the community, but, you know, their cell phone may be shared to the.
no,
And do we-
I think a lot of people are gonna use that as their point person.
Yes, and we currently do
Absolutely.
share all of the directors' cell
Yeah.
phones is publicly available, so I would imagine it will be available to the
I
community.
mean, they're gonna have some sort of an office phone number that can be contacted during the day, but there's a lot of stuff that happens outside the business day. That's
Yeah.
life.
Which, good, bad, or ugly, in your opinion, is why I think those counties are doing those civic engagement, those civic memberships. And I'm not saying that you need to, but I think that's the same argument of like trying to have relationships with people that you will be working with.
Well, on those civic engagements, I mean, I think that those should be considered per request. If somebody says, well, I have to join the country club, well, tell us why, you know, and civic, we have a lot of memberships in a lot of different civic organizations anyway.
We do.
So I don't know if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, they will be part of the chamber membership
Sure.
by being an employee, for example, and there are many others that may not be the best fit for our county. And I don't know, I guess when I'm thinking about that country club one, I'm just wondering how the community works there. You know, that may be where the only place, it might be, we're all only place where people who are making decisions go. I don't know. I don't know that.
That's
it
probably
functions.
true in smaller counties. I don't
Yeah.
think that's true here necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree. I was just thinking about why they would do
I
that.
think that's a negotiable term because I think each individual is gonna have a different mindset of how they wanna. We don't know who the person is yet, so we don't know how they wanna approach things.
We do.
I don't know how much goes on.
I don't think we do as much as we used to in the
It
past,
used to
but
be a lot.
there's so many other
Yeah.
other meeting places, so many other venues.
Can we discuss
Yes,
vehicle?
yes.
We do currently issue vehicles to several department heads that are like the people who need to respond. Is that something that you would like to consider for this position?
Clarify that just a bit. I mean, do we go out and buy them a Ford Explorer, or is that
Well,
a
it-
vehicle that's of the county fleet?
Yes, it's of the county
Okay.
fleet. Yes,
So
yes,
it would have county representation on it,
yes.
the government car,
If that's the
basically.
way route you go, it would. If you give them a stipend, that would be their personal vehicle, not necessarily something we could mandate. But yes, if you purchase the vehicle, it will be Riley
I
County
would tend to
branded.
conclude that they're representing Riley County, which means they're representing Riley County business, whether it's during the business hours or after business hours. So I think a county vehicle would be much more appropriate if that was the direction that we were deciding.
If there's one available, I don't know if we should buy a new vehicle for them.
Ours are used now,
Yeah.
but
Well, I
they
think
would only be used for county business. They couldn't use it for going on vacation.
Well, it depends how you set it up, right? So you could say, you know, with county business and within the community, you
Yeah.
could say,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
they're running around, but I don't want to them if they're going to Colorado or New York or something.
yeah, there doesn't seem to be as much benefit to the county. You know, I have some experience with corporate that do allow so many miles a month or allow it completely free. You don't have to do that.
you also have somebody that's continually checking that, and
Yeah,
that's not what we need to do there.
well, I agree with that.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, maybe a combination. You know, like if it's a out of town event to go to, they have the option of either
Well,
taking
that-
mileage or taking a county vehicle. I don't know. That would
Well,
work.
we have that option for all employees. Well, we expect county employees to take county vehicles as
Mhm.
per our policy. This would be something, so for example, John Ellerman, David Adams, the two EMS, the assistant directors, the fire chiefs, I'm trying to think if there's another person that has a county vehicle assigned to them. They take it to their home. They
Technically,
have
the
it.
appraisers department has a vehicle, but it gets used.
It's not
Yes,
one
the
per-
departments, other departments, there are other vehicles available, but those are assigned to those positions.
My other-
So
Question becomes, how does mileage work into that?
there's no if you get them a county vehicle, that is
Okay.
the value. There's no mileage additional on that.
Okay.
And
Would they have to use use their P card for gas or use our gas? How does that work? 'Cause with the
Depending
other-
how you-
I don't know,
yeah.
how does that work with the other ones?
so with the other ones, they go to Public Works and they fill up their gas at Public Works. If they're out and they can't, obviously, if they're out of town, they fill up their gas and use a P card. But I think you may want to put the parameters on that, is that the gas for personal use is paid by personal and the gas for professional use is paid by, well, ideally, the Public
So
Works
It
gas.
could be out of town if they're going to a meeting.
It could be,
I mean, that's
Yes.
part of the job.
yes. And I don't think that's that different than the other department heads who have vehicles.
So,
Yeah.
because I know when we
Like
want to
you
go
have one,
out.
As you said, somebody with the logo on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that
But
is
they're
our
representing-
policy now, that our cars have the logo on it and are identified.
I'd prefer just having them usage of an actual county vehicle. We may need to start with something used and figure out where to go and the equation after that, but
Well, and I would.
I think that's the most simplistic way of doing that. Because they are going to be representing Riley County and going to be that face forward person. And
And John, you might be able to speak better because I've never done that process, but when you have a new vehicle that you're gonna get, you have a process of going out and finding the bid and.
Stay.
So, yeah, when we go get a vehicle like that, we'll probably go get a bit.
And it would be a part of your fleet, so you manage it like you do others.
So if we have that, can we put parameters on only when doing county business? I mean, how do you
Yeah.
figure out the personal stuff if they want, they're in their car, oh yeah, I'm going to the grocery store, and that's personal business. How do you define it?
Well, it's up to you. You simply can say only work related, or you can say everything within our community, because some places do want them to just use it while you're in the community, so they're identified.
Mhm.
You can do that, or you can say this is only for work related use.
What do we do with the others?
Yeah, well, I think the others is work-related use, and then they take it home because if they have to come back for an emergency.
Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
home, but.
Yeah.
It's all work related.
It's all
Right.
work-related, yeah, and so you'll see their
That
vehicle
seems
parked
fine.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's the direction I
Keep
was
that
thinking,
thing.
yeah.
I'd keep that thing like.
Yeah, same as other.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, and it is, it's self-managed, but you're talking about director level people, so yeah.
If you can't trust them, then you don't need to hire.
I
them.
agree that we have more issues than that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
then development and dues and stuff. We have that in the budget for, because we don't know where they're gonna put.
We
that
did
stuff.
put that in the budget, yes.
Yeah, it is in there.
That will be, you know.
I just want to make sure so we have it in the budget and we want to advertise that.
We advertise that, yeah, but they'll be,
It's not an additional fee.
they can't go to one in Florida every month, but.
Well, you will have to say no if they ask for that.
Most people, a department is, they'll come and request.
Yeah, out-of-state travel they still be required to request. Now, if association wouldn't come to you to request if it's already in the budget.
Yeah.
If it's something extra that none of us thought of and it's not in their budget, they'll have to come to you and request.
And if they have if a class comes up with
Yes.
some kind of a training thing
Yes.
that they bring it to us. we can
Yes,
honor
but I think
that.
what we really want to be able to say is that we offer this opportunity
Right.
and then not list the specific
Yeah, 'cause you
things.
know what's gonna be available.
Yeah, we did our best to kind of think
And it-
about what associations. And then I think deferred compensation is a common practice. You do not currently do it for your other staff. I did get information from the city of Manhattan after this was published, and it is definitely a part of their package. Which would be, some of our competition. I don't know if it's part of our CPDs. I guess I didn't even ask to think if that was part of the,
Is that, is, that's what you talked about, would that be into the 457?
it would. Yes, yes.
what that
So
would be.
they'll already have the
That
opportunity.
one talks about a 401,
Yeah,
would that go, it'd be the 457?
for us, it would be the 457, yes. Yeah, Finney County apparently uses 401. I don't know.
They're 457, so.
Okay, yeah, but our recommendation would be keep it with the 457. We have two 457 options. We can go through Capers or we can go through Nationwide. But then we would contribute a certain percentage. And I do, John and I have been talking a little bit, and I think Jacob and I, but our pay is great. It's great, but compared to some of our competitors, it is not on the high side. And so some of these things are going to make a difference in the compensation package.
So are you talking about larger counties than us that offer more, or, like, you talking about Johnson County or
I'm talking across the board.
across the board?
Yeah.
Most
I
of
mean,
these counties are smaller.
Yeah, and the counties that I have listed here are not larger than us. I mean, Douglas is, right? But Saline, Finney, Harvey,
Dickinson, not Dixon, but
Oh, okay.
it's all right.
it's just who they got back to. me,
Yeah,
so.
no, it's okay.
So I do think it's something you may want to consider. And again, I can run scenarios. You don't have to say, yes, this is what we want to do, and it's 5%. We can run some scenarios for you and give you hard numbers, which will help kind of show what the impact is to the compensation, not only to the budget, but to the compensation package.
Could you make the deferred compensation more of a negotiable item? Like I said, I don't think it's gonna be a one size fits all for everybody. Maybe there's somebody who's not as concerned with the extra in retirement and need it up front for whatever specific reason. Maybe a deferred compensation is childcare, for instance. I mean, we have a few things that are negotiable in that. Work those through when we have a candidate or candidates in mind.
Okay, so yes, you can say we will offer deferred compensation contribution and make it negotiable. And we could list other benefits negotiable as well. I don't think that your idea about a childcare and.
I was just using it as an example.
Well, no, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's what I'm saying. I don't think it's saying like, okay, maybe someone does want a childcare stipend versus deferred compensation depending on their family dynamics. That isn't a bad idea. I want to be able to tell them that there are some options to be able to negotiate.
Now, the 457 is, you said it's like a 401, so it's before tax.
It could be either. The person chooses. Yeah, so that is.
It's not, list them all, then they're, you're gonna get all of them. I mean,
Yeah, these are benefits offered does not mean that you will get everything and nor at max, so.
I don't think one singular candidate's gonna all want the same thing necessarily. They may be at different points of their career.
Yes,
They've served for 20 years and maybe their focus is retirement at this point in time because life gets shortened in that amount of time. Maybe they've put in 10 years and they still have a young family and there's, housing,
yeah,
the balances. We got what, 5 generations working
we do.
in the workforce right now? We all have different ideas and expectations.
I think you're right. And I also know that when these people are looking for jobs, they're going to be comparing benefit packages for different positions in and out of our state. And so we want to be able to really clearly say that we are willing to be competitive depending on what you need as a person. And then, but at the same time, not giving you the whole apple cart, right?
Right.
So I can think of some verbiage for that. I mean, I would like to list some specifics. It sounds like you are I just want to recap, in agreement to the vehicle. It sounds like you might be in agreement to a stipend for the cell phone, unless you want to you mentioned cell phone.
I kind of think on that one, maybe the cell phone itself is a good idea because,
Okay.
Either way.
So county, yeah, and maybe we might need to just take a vote on each one, just so that I get really clear direction. If that's okay with you, can we do that one by one, a vehicle?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
we
good
should
with
do
that.
consensus.
Consensus, yeah, okay. Yeah, but however, yeah, however, so consensus that we'll offer a county-owned vehicle. Consensus on cell phone,
Yeah.
Maybe elaborate
Consensus
more.
on what?
well,
Consensus
to
like what?
offer a cell, yeah, I mean, either way, to offer a cell
Basically a
phone.
countywide cell phone and number for the position.
That
itself.
is what I'm hearing John say. I don't know if you all agree on that.
That'd be-
And then vehicle
Right,
details, I mean, there's a lot more
Right.
detail on vehicles too, so I think you might wanna wait and bring back specific.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
Yeah, vehicles.
For the
We
re-
getting our.
I mean, you said vehicle for just business or vehicle business personal, we buying them their own.
For me,
personal
it's
vehicles,
business.
A county vehicle,
Yeah.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of.
because you can get into some real
Get-
bad situations.
You go for.
Just have the vehicle and do whatever
We
you
got a
want.
nice used Equinox out there.
So all of that will be detailed in the either employment contract or employment agreement, however we move forward. But at this point, we need to we're not going to make promises. We're going to say there is a vehicle.
County business.
There is a cell phone provided. There are professional development dues, memberships, and then do we have agreement that we will offer deferred compensation and other benefits negotiable?
I think life insurance could be one of those potential deferred compensations.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean,
50% on capers.
Well, I mean, childcare.
Yeah.
I guess you're saying what they bring back as other benefits negotiable.
no, I think we need to list what we're willing to give on that. So that may be a separate conversation that needs to be had.
Okay. Okay, so I guess for direction, should I bring back specifics that include several of these that we can then have a motion and move forward for advertising purposes?
Correct.
We will have to hammer out details, Rich is not wrong. We will have to hammer out details of like what kind of vehicle and those things coming in the soon, but we're coming up on September and we would like to start focusing on advertising.
That makes sense.
General consensus, the general direction, there's still. Say specifics that we.
Yeah,
hammered
well,
out.
I will try to get on Monday so that we can then have, hey, here's some more concrete things that we can advertise, not necessarily the detail of how they'll be managed. If that's agreeable.
Well, I think I need to be clear on vehicle allowance.
Yeah, what
More
I'm,
clear than just, yeah, it's available. I think we need, especially that, because that can really get out of hand.
what I'm hearing is that you are in favor of offering a county vehicle to this position. So that's what I,
County business.
yes, and I can bring that back. I can bring that back on Monday as a county vehicle, potential deferred comp, professional development, technology, and then other benefits negotiable. I can try to make some options there if you want to have options. That's what you'd like to have?
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay, all right. Okay, then that's great. I will see you on Monday again.
It is time for Brittany.
Oh,
Yes.
I think one of the other ones that we were discussing up top, it doesn't need to be used as relocation and severance.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And that could be one of those deferred ones too. Maybe they heavy-handed in trying to move and we can help them out
When we
with.
do the makeup move.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's gonna have to be outside of,
Ready.
that'll have to be somebody outside of
But that
Kansas.
is still relocation assistance, so.
Yeah.
Does it have to be outside?
It does. So if we were hiring somebody from outside of Kansas into that, they would be available for that program.
Okay, that's right.
And that's a good thought. Absolutely.
And I think that's gonna be listed in the marketing as well, so.
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready? Switch hats from administrator to budgets.
Of course.
Great.
Where would
Good morning, Brittany Phillips, Budget and Finance Officer, here to request the approval to publish the public notice of hearing. It's our combined revenue neutral and our public budget hearing. We do them on the same day. The budget hearing is scheduled for September 10th at 9 a.m. We'll start with the rural fire R&R hearing, then we'll roll right into Riley County R&R hearing at 9:05, and then at 9:10, officially starting the overall budget hearing. So we have the estimated budget rate at 38.012, which is what commissioners approved the last time we talked about budgets. So this is where we have settled our budget at this time. Stand for any questions.
Where are we at with the auditor?
As far as him reviewing the budget.
Yes.
Oh, he is already done.
Okay, so this is accurate.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So I know we've had one year where we had an extra pay period or something in there and it changed this,
Oh, yeah.
changed this dynamic, so.
No,
Yeah,
nope. He sent me all his edits back on Monday, and of course I was out of the office on Monday, so I reviewed them on Tuesday. It was just like $1 off here and there. There's a debt page where I have to list out all the debt that the county has and like what our payments are. I opened the wrong year, so I was using 2026 numbers, and so he had to update that page for me because I had the wrong statement of indebtedness open. So, and that'll happen. But yeah, just little things there. But he didn't have anything overly concerning.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay. And that gives you enough time to
this
meet
gives
the
us more than enough
certification
time.
deadline
Mhm.
for the 1st of October.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, anything else? No. Okay, I will go ahead and move to approve publishing the 2027 notice of budget hearing in Manhattan Mercury.
This, you did budget and R&R or? you
It's
just-
this combined notice of public
combined.
hearing. That's
Okay.
how he phrased it is fine.
Okay.
It's a combination.
That's a good question. We'll make sure.
Oh, I know there's one county that suffered from that one pretty
Yeah.
bad in the next couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve publishing 2027 notice of budget hearing in the Manhattan Mercury. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Well, how are you today?
Good.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. Daniel Scuchis, the Riley County K-State Extension. Couple topics today, both related to 4-H. As you guys knew previously, we had the county fair at the end of July, and now the month of August, we're getting back to the normal swing of things. But a lot of it is the post-fair cleanup, for lack of a better term, of paperwork, documents, state fair, everything that goes into it. But overall, we had a successful fair this year. It got a little warm, got a little humid, but it worked out, and we had a good time. And honestly, this year there was quite a few changes going into fair, and things that are recommended by from our post-fair survey, from us as an office, from the fair board, and all in all, I think it went really well. And a big thank you to the volunteers and flexibility by families to make that possible. Overall, this year we had 2,089 entries judged, and that's from everything from livestock to horse and static and artifacts, everything. That's down just slightly from last year, 4.8%, which equals around 100 projects judged. So all in all, that's pretty darn flat. And this year we had 230 exhibitors from Riley County 4-H enter, and that's actually up 2 4-Hers from the past year. And the numbers are good. They're always going to go up and down. But one thing I really appreciate is just the modern times of Travel Sports League and everything going on, all the things fighting for youth time. The fact we can pretty well maintain numbers makes me very happy, because a lot of other counties aren't this fortunate. One interesting point I'd like to put up is it looks like the youth livestock sale put on this year at the county fair, and that's the premium auction. We're pretty sure this was the highest one yet, with local individuals and entities donating over $123,000 to the premium sale to go help the 4-Hers who put all this time, energy, and money into their livestock projects, as well as some food projects as well, sold at the premium sale. Definitely a big thank you to all who made it possible. County Works, Public Works, IT, emergency services out there, RCPD. It was like as I was mentioning yesterday at the department head meeting, is we get to be the face of a lot of the fair stuff as the Riley County Extension, but it's not the Riley County Extension Fair. This really is the county fair. And so I told the department heads, I said, I hope you guys take ownership and that this is your fair that you helped put on. I mean, the fair board's a county entity. So a huge thank you to everyone who went in to make this happen, because, we get to run around a lot at it, but it really is a county event they make possible. So I hope they take ownership and pride in how well it went. Now onto my soapbox a little bit regarding extension and fair, because I kind of put in the Making Difference report there how the fair itself is fun, but that's not why we spend weeks at the fair and the whole year preparing for it, because it's fun. We do it because it is the best educational event, in my opinion, we offer all year. K-State Extension is all about doing things because the research shows it works. And Harvard Center on Developing Child states that all youth need to develop a set of core life skills to manage school, work, and outside interests and social relationships successfully. From the perspective of brain development, these skills include planning, focus, self-control, awareness, flexibility. And Harvard calls these executive functions and self-regulation skills in youth. They said that, quote, no one is born with these skills, but everyone can learn them through practice. And in my opinion, county fair prep, county fair showing up and doing it, talking with the judges, you have self-control, flexibility through the ups and downs and fairs. Not every fair event went perfectly for youth, and that's okay. The youth learned how to plan and focus through it. There's a group of young ambassadors that took responsibility in planning events for other youth younger than them and took responsibility of taking over those events and running them. The youth had to learn how to communicate with judges, how to sit down with someone, take constructive criticism about something that might have been up till midnight baking the night before. They might have been stressed, and they have to sit there and have a good conversation with an adult and learn about it. And just the overall experience through failures and successes and the perseverance that comes with it. I'm a little biased as a former 4-H agent, but in my opinion, like that is why we spend so much time. Harvard points it there. We have to practice these executive functions for the youth to learn it, and that's why we do the county fair. So 230 youth from Riley County had the opportunity to grow in this educational experience. So, like I said, it took an army, but I appreciate everyone that made this possible for this to come true this year. So, big success. I had the fun. We had fun. I'm glad it's over for a while. Other than that, what I want to talk about today is the job posting for the Riley County 4-H Youth Development Extension Agent did post Monday, I believe it was. So this position is now open on K-State Careers. It'll be open until September 10th, and then we'll have interviews later in the month. So just getting the word out. It's a fairly quick period here. So anyone that seems fit, would love to have them come. I tried to lure some department heads in yesterday, and I don't think I was successful. So I guess we better keep looking. But all seriousness, we're excited for what this position may bring. We believe that Riley County offers a great opportunity for 4-H agents between just the size of the program, the volunteers, the resources, support. We think we have a great opportunity to get someone here to continue leading their program in a strong fashion. So appreciate any opportunity you have to help share the word, make sure we can continue on and keep the program moving.
And you said it's on, because I got someone that might be interested.
K-State Careers.
This K-State career.
Yeah. So I have this.
K-States or.
Yeah, through K-State Search Service. So yeah, all of our hiring goes through main campus HR. And so they'll be interviewed here locally by our extension board, but the HR functions and such goes through campus. I have a link on our website to it as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if they go, oh, sorry.
When's the deadline?
September 10th.
Like I said, I've got someone that may be interested in. I told them I'd get information.
And if anyone has any questions about the position or what it entails, I'm always happy to talk about it and give them some insight about what it looks like and whatnot. But yeah, so it's exciting. It's a busy time of year with that, but we're excited to get that position filled and get them all trained up. Any other questions or comments I can answer to? Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you all for your time and support.
Next Commissioner Brian Pete, 10:15.
Yeah, how long do we have? 15? Half hours.
She's, I mean, I think she's like it. Challenge with the school day and really intense, as far as learning and we're having to make sure she has snacks. Keep her on, so. She can check back in volleyball, basketball. She doesn't play volleyball, but I think she's doing basketball now. So are you guys gonna, you guys don't vote for your? That's the thing, it's just, you know, it's night about it, and then volleyball, yes, she's kind of wavering. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Not very tall, but you know, runs on her toes, so running is difficult, so, see, hopefully she sticks with that, she's got skills. Yeah, she's got skills. Yeah, she's killing on the outside shot, and this is gonna go down inside shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm here. Oh, my, yeah, but she, yeah, defense has been for me, and we rebounding it, yeah, she's so learning to shoot. Ready to get her there. Yeah, but no, it should be called.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys know household. What's your daughter's name? Sorry. Gabriella. Gabriella, okay, that's all she's gonna be.
Yeah, the teacher,
The doctor said she.
teacher that was there. Was what she was
Okay.
like, "Find out over it." He was like, oh, okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah. Get to that point, too. Now we're at 586 too. And
Exciting.
yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's just we. I was telling them.
Yeah.
She was silent.
You know, I have a little bittersweet, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember.
Was encouraged. Right. Long way to go.
Look at, you know, that's great. That's really great. That's great.
When things get difficult, yeah.
You just have, just gotta go, you guys have to.
Really, and Kyle was like, if you bring out multiplication tables, I will walk out. Mrs. Hinkle said, he was our third grade teacher. My house. I was not. Yeah. We're not doing that, but I thought it was so funny. Yeah. I don't. And I like the people that it's big. It's been a while since we.
Yeah.
When I ordered it, I was like, are you sure here? Yeah. I didn't think it would be that big.
Yeah.
But people really struggle trying to find these things. And they put a lot of effort. Yes. Then she started painting, like a denim jacket. She was doing artwork on the back. And so she was like, I just have to like.
Yeah. Very. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good to see it. You was more.
Happy for accessories. Yeah. Love Ashley Manager. Yeah.
That's there you go.
My first time.
It was long. Sorry to respond back.
No, you're fine. I know it's a busy time.
Catch up with you in a little bit.
Please tell me you got that for him, Michael.
Was that?
Please tell me you got that for him.
Unfortunately, fine. I'll keep an eye on him. He starts dozing off over my minute.
Okay. I'm hoping he nods off then.
It'll be on, yeah, it'll be on.
Huh?
It'll be on.
Yeah, it
screen
would
if
be on the
happens.
screen.
Yeah.
Random pin flying from the side. Just watch the eyes. Don't look the eyes.
One, there's one, but moving forward.
There are some things you would enjoy.
I
There's
just,
some.
I was like,
I'm a few feet short and from that.
It's all the accessories.
Yeah. I'll just shave to the mustache. It'll be the Travador, right?
yeah. I don't think you'd enjoy my birthday party as much.
No offense, Brittany, but yeah, you're fine.
Yes.
Okay, Brian, it's time for you.
Yes, ma'am. They're talking about.
Please save us.
Let it go. Just let it go.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Brian Pete with the Riley County Police Department. Just a few public service announcements, updates from the Riley County Police Department. Just wanted to say that yeah, we are aware that back to school is in full swing. Our school resource officers, of course, Brian Swergan, Sonia Gregoire, as the community knows, has recently retired. So we have a new SRO, as Natalie Sokup. She is moving into her role very comfortably. We are very excited that she's there. She has the patience. She has the what we believe is the fortitude and just the overall demeanor to work well with kids, with parents, with educators. And we know she's going to be, we think, a great asset in working with children. So we are looking forward to what she's going to bring in that role as a school resource officer. August 22nd is going to be the bike rodeo, kids safety at Oliver Brown Elementary. The RCPD bike team members will be there. It's going to be a good, fun time. From the 28th to the 29th of this month, we are going to have our first ever hiring event at the police department. And this is going to be new for us because those who have expressed an interest in joining the Riley County Police Department, normally it's been you have an interest, you fill out, go through the application process. In this case, it's application, you make it through a first round, and then you go do a physical fitness test, and then there's a voice stress analysis, and then you go through a whole bunch of different things, and it takes roughly a few months to get through the process. Here, we're going to do it all at once for a 2-day period. It should expedite things a lot better for us, come up with a list, and then the vacancies that we have, we hope to fill them very quickly, and hopefully set a precedent that will allow us to move forward in how we do these and benchmark it in the future. So that's what we're looking at later. And then September 17th, Coffee with the Cop at K-State Library. And then on the 29th of September, we're going to have Community Night Out at Port of Hall in Seco Park. That's going to be another fun time.
What night?
That would be September 29th at Seco Park. So again, that's going to be RCPD out there, again, with first responders, games, community entertainment, and another opportunity to just humanize ourselves with the community, remember where we came from, for the community to remember, that we are humans as well, and interact and have fun. And yeah, just a really, really good time. Other than that, things are going pretty well within the department, and stand ready to answer any questions that folks may have.
Doing any different type of enforcement, whatever, in terms of the start of the school year? I did see several years back you did a campaign, particularly in the school zones. I'm just saying that because I'm seeing a lot of extra speeding in those zones driving back and forth the last week or so here.
Yes, so we are, as school is starting up, we are doing, paying special attention
Okay.
in the school areas, having high visibility in those areas, the same as we have, in previous. Again, that campaign stays on the educational aspect of it, especially with new college kids that are coming in. And then folks coming back into the area, staying excited, people going back into work, people maybe getting a little bit more frustrated that traffic is getting a little bit more congested. So high visibility, the warning types of stops. And then again, as the kids are coming back, the young adults are coming back into the Aggieville area. We have gone around talking with the ABA, Lieutenant Bro, our new Aggieville officers that are working through there. And then having that partnership with security folks, just to maintain safety and security in the area. So we think that, so far so good. Everything's working well. Good partnerships, good cooperation. Things are going pretty well.
Working with university police on the same thing at the university.
Yes, most definitely. One of the exciting things that's going on right now with K-State is they are at the end of their hiring process, and they're in the process of selecting their new chief since Ronnie Grice has retired. So I think they narrowed it down to 3 candidates, and then they had like a public forums with those 3 candidates, 1 internal, 2 externals, and I think they should be making a decision here shortly to the public.
Good deal. That's it for me.
Sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you all very much.
Commissioner, you have executive session at 10:30. Full time, Jacob,
For 30 minutes of full time.
30 minutes.
Yeah, full time.
Do you want to move it forward stopwise?
Mm.
Yeah, do it.
Maybe.
Thank you.
You wanna do
It's up to you
it?
guys. You could if you wanted to, but I wouldn't. You can if you want.
Are you gonna need more time than that?
I don't think so.
And everybody who's part of it's already here, so
Yeah.
I'm good either way.
Oh,
I can do it now.
On till 11. That's fine.
yeah, we
Well, if we
can
do it now,
now.
you only wanted a half an hour, so
Yeah.
it'll be 10:50.
That's fine too.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. That's fine with me.
10:50.
10:50.
Okay, then we better get going here.
Okay.
I'll move the county commissioners, including Chairwoman Foki, Vice Chair Ford, and Commissioner McKinley, with Jacob Hansen, County Councilor, Michael Hawthorne, Assistant County Councilor, attorneys for the commission with Rich Vargo, County Clerk, Brittany Phillips, Budget and Finance Officer, John Edelman, Public Works Director, recessed into executive session to the attorney-client consultation exception to the Kansas Open Meetings Act regarding confidential legal advice on contract obligations, and the open meeting to resume in the county commission chamber at 10:50 a.m.
Second.
So moved and seconded for the county commission to recess into executive session for the reasons previously stated under the attorney-client consultation exception for the Kansas Open Meetings Act. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We had no binding action.
Nope. You can take consensus though.
We're
I move that the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session.
Second.
Then moved and seconded that the Board of County Commissioners come out of executive session. All in favor?
Aye. Also move that the record reflect no binding action was taken during the executive session.
Oh, it was.
I would say
I don't think
It'd be-
consensus.
consensus, yeah.
Did we make a consensus?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll move the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session.
I'll second.
Then moved and seconded that the record reflect action shall be taken consistent with the consensus reached in executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We got till 11, right?
We didn't give any direction that was already not gonna be given anyway, I think.
No, you gave it to me to do things,
So you were planning on doing what we said anyway.
not without your direction.
Okay. I guess I missed that.
Yeah, for sure.
The sun came out, I mean, it's gonna get warm.
Yay.
Did it rain last night at all up your way, Rich?
Didn't my way, no, did not.
I had a nice little bow line there that kind of
Usually it's been like.
moved down through the area, but I think it missed us.
My dog always wakes me up, because it's like about 3 o'clock in the morning, he'll jump up on the bed because the lightning's. Then the cat jumps.
I know the night before last, I woke up, stumbled up a little bit there in the thunder. It was a rattling thunder.
Yeah.
But no, that's probably not Fort Riley on this side of town.
Well, if you live down by the creek like I do, it's really loud, echoes off in the water or hits the water.
The thunder or both, both.
All of the lightning.
Well, back in the day, I mean, back in the 90s, I mean, they really went after it. I lived out on the west side of town. You can hear it all through the night, but
Mhm.
they've kind of refrained from those activities through the years. So it's not as bad as it has been.
Well, it's kind of interesting because every time it lightnings, the shelters up there where the ball fields are, they have this message that comes on, take shelter.
Oh,
I can hear it in my house,
Dang.
but then they come back on, all clear, all clear, all clear.
yeah, I was reading about that. Those are also based off of an app. So I
Yeah.
wonder if you have the app downloaded, if you don't get those too.
I don't know, but it's loud.
Uh,
Take shelter, and you go,
I'm already in shelter. Leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep.
but
There was one morning when I was in college, we were-
anytime they get a lightning flash, it happens.
Here's what living over on the east side of, well, I guess it was the south side of campus technically, but had some tornado warning or something at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody comes up, we all gotta go downstairs. And I'm like, that's a tornado warning. I said, there's no tornado. It's over by the lake. Leave me alone.
Stop. I feel like. All right, well, we ain't got anything until 11, so I'm gonna run back upstairs.
Hi. How are you?
Good. Busy. Are you guys started school yet?
Honor started virtual school on Monday, and then Henry started. No, Daycare won't.
I know, I forgot, and so. I didn't know it was going to be day.
No.
We should have picture and sent it to Reach.
Yeah, we had to make sure, we all sat on the floor with our feet up, because they all say something different on the bottom. Yeah, it was great, it was great. We have a great team, they're creative.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. It doesn't look great with the black shoes and the heels, but that's, they're great. What are you talking about? Yes, it was, you should see the other socks, they're all different, not one's hair things.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Okay. When I get the time, when I get back, I'll have them.
Yes.
So. Yeah, this is, I was like, you said I can reach right? I'm like, yes. Okay. We're all sitting there and Steve and it's, okay, there's not all 16 of us, but there's at least 7 of us that have socks.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Our internal group does a good job. That will keep us on our toes. Some fun things. I really didn't think my feet would fit in the shoes with the socks on. But yeah, when they went in, I was like, oh. And of course, I was getting so sad. I got my shoes yesterday. Oh, Peter. Oh, no.
I know better than all that.
But Clark's are the way to go. If you're gonna wear heels all day long and grass shoes, that's really the best. That's one thing. Okay.
It's a roll.
Okay. Hey, John, I know this is supposed to be not parking lot. But I'm actually walking through the woods trying to get to my car. Do we have a machete or something around that I can?
We have a machete.
Chop down those.
They're right next to you.
Right next to my car, like I've had to start getting closer and closer to John because. I'm literally, my daughter's like, Mom, you walk through that? I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
Go on your course to get.
And it's gotten every year around this time. I don't say anything until it gets crazy, but you can see it's almost like I got these bushes next to the car that I have to pull forward enough so I don't have to like walk right through them. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's good. I think you'll see it out here. I even thought about scissors, but I just don't because of my. I thought about getting one of those little scissors, getting down there.
I know.
What?
I know.
What? What are you talking about?
I didn't hear it.
And so talking about the sticking for Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
How'd that happen?
Only Elizabeth and Brittany and Michael are here. Excuse me. What's the name? I don't know.
Okay, comments.
I don't have comments. It's scary.
It's amazing. Yeah. Why?
And at first thought he like was confusing me with people. And then he said my name and I was like, oh no.
You guys, you need to wear name tags in.
Kids, right? You know,
Oh, yeah.
you're gonna call her out one and just use the name.
Yeah,
right?
it's the name.
You go through all the names, but one of those names is the right one.
You.
Whoever
I-
did this?
I did my kids, my grandkids, I call them,
The wrong one. Yeah.
I used
but
to
they'll
think
answer, they're used to it, they know.
I would get so mad at my
Me
parents.
too.
And I'm like, how do you not know who I am?
Exactly.
And now I totally get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking right at it.
say something, I'm like, well, you know who I'm talking to, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Connor would be like, why'd you say my name? I didn't do anything, you know, it's like.
Okay. Same with.
I'm like, whichever child, I don't care which one, you know, and now everybody's in trouble.
My mom.
Everybody's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah. So true though. I hated it. First four of us growing up and like. And then, you know, as I got older, and for my kids, mom was always calling them to come in. I'm like, what's it now? I'm like, no, you do it. Yeah, you do it. Yeah, and I'm like. Getting old. Great.
Well, that's, I'll call the grandkids by their dad's name, but you know, what-
Oh, gosh, yeah.
somebody in this house, I don't know which one you are.
That's an interesting thing. I wonder if that'll start happening now.
Well, teachers do it a lot too, if they have
If they
like
have the kids.
siblings, yeah. So we haven't, like, we walked around yard sales and they'll turn around and they'll be like, Connor, and they're like, oh wait, that's Henry. They're like, that, he sounded just like Connor. Connor was that.
Do you have a minute?
Yeah.
I think the other thing I forgot.
Yeah. I don't live near the office, but I'm on the stair. Yes, that has happened with my mom did that a lot. With my ex-husband and my sister's husband. Oh, gosh. Oh, my sister is so mad.
Mine is, my brother got divorced after 25 years and remarried, and I so used to saying Mike, and he hasn't said anything, but my wife goes, did you hear what she just said?
That's, that.
Yeah.
Sister one time, she's divorced and remarried, and she called her husband, her current husband by the ex-husband's name, and I'm like, we were like, oh, like, that's, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But her husband.
Like, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should know he's in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
You definitely get in trouble.
Yeah.
If you made me think of that.
Yeah.
But. Yes. The drugs, oh, everybody needs the phone. It's one day. It's all right, you're okay.
That was such a nice way. Yeah.
She didn't know to begin with, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You applying for this job too?
Goodness, no.
Oh, okay.
Here it
Boy,
is.
it got sunny out quick.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot.
It's at 87. I don't know, this time.
Oh,
of the-
really? I'd seen 90, so yeah, I'll
Oh.
take every
Maybe they're
lower
taking the
number I
heat
can
index,
get.
I could take the upper 80s this time of the year. I'm just amazed by how green everything is. People are still out mowing.
I know.
It's the end of
I'm still
August.
gonna mow every 5 days.
I know.
In August? It's crazy, kidding me.
Weeds are still
They were
growing.
mowing out at my place. I was thinking, this is one of the benefits of renting. You don't have to mow in August.
Need to make a motion, commissioners? Oh, no.
We did. Should be good.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
I think it's Michael. Michael's up.
Yeah, we can't.
About
go to
Mike.
executive
No, it's
session.
It's Elizabeth. It's 11.
We have a tax.
Getting mad
Yeah,
on your phone?
Yeah. Gosh.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
looking
here.
down here.
Here.
Degree, this to me?
Oh, never mind.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Catherine, are you ready for me?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. All right, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resources Director, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the county administrator. So one of the things that we would like to establish is some goals or expectations specifically for the first 6 months, potentially for the first year. This is a bit of a framework. It does not have to be limiting, but it should give both commissioners and the administrator some path forward to what they is expected, what they're expected to achieve. We would like to include some of the big goals in the marketing material to kind of flesh out what the job is. So what the commissioner are expecting from this person. It will also help you when you're evaluating candidates to say, okay, whether or not this person is going to be the right fit for Riley County. And so I'd put some possibilities in there. I'd love to tweak them, change them, add, do whatever you need to do to get something that you feel clear and comfortable about. Some of these may be for you to not lofty enough, potentially for the first 6 months, but being a new position, not having an administrator at all previously, it does seem that this person is going to have to define how the administrator works with, collaborates with the departments, and becomes part of that logistical path. So some of the things I was considering proposing for your consideration would be to establish that regular effective communication with the board. So what does that look like? How often does that happen? In what format does that happen? So for you to be able to get the communication you want from this person who's going to be kind of frontline for you on the ground. Potentially developing productive working relationships with the appointed department heads and the elected officials. Obviously, again, that's going to be coming back to you. How is it that you want them to be getting information and sharing with you so that they can give you an overview of all of the departments and how we are cohesively working together. We're hoping that they come in with some good management skills, but they won't necessarily, unless it's an internal candidate, have operating knowledge of Riley County. So try to get a good idea of Riley County finances, staffing, capital needs, major projects, what we've got under our belt, so that they can look forward and help you give ideas on how to make them more efficient, how to be more effective, those kinds of things. And then potentially how to track priorities for the BOCC. And you guys do have a lot of priorities that you want to have established. So which things do you want that administrator to be, putting as a priority, focusing on? How's the reporting structuring? How do you expect follow through? So we don't get to the end of the year and say, okay, well, we had a priority of XYZ, but what progress have we made?
Elizabeth, can I ask you a question?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Wouldn't that administrator being a department head give us a monthly report too?
Depending if that's what you would like. To
Yeah.
my mind, the administrator you'd probably want more communication than that.
Or, maybe a mini evaluation I'd like to communicate more often than like waiting for 6 months or 12 months.
Yes, ma'am. No, that's actually what I'm trying to establish. Yes. So what is so for example, I would say a goal for you would be to have effective communication. In my thought process, that's going to be weekly, potentially. I mean,
Should
at
be
the minimum.
bi-meeting as we do with Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that maybe it's multiple times a week and as needed.
Administrative work session effectively on that. But
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that what we want to do is make sure that they understand that one of your biggest priorities is effective communication with the board. And I think if you also want to have, public level staff report, that's completely appropriate. And it fits with our framework.
Well, what that person has been doing this, this month or this week, and these are the things I want to get done. Do you have anything that you can add to what I
Right.
what I think I should do, that kind of.
I agree. And I also understand that this person is going to be coordinating the staffing, finance, administrative services for the county. So I think they are going to be a point person in giving you information that you can direct as far as where our efficiencies can be, where our collaboration could be, where our programs need to evolve or devolve. They're going to be effective in those realms because they'll have that purview.
the way we've set this job description up and the way this position actually is just on its own, they have all of this. They're already doing all of this. That's part of their background and job as it is already. I mean, we're trying to redefine the wheel here is what I see. I mean, there's some things in there that have to be tailored up front and have to be discussed, but we don't know who we have yet to do that with.
Right. And we will be less able to define what we need if we don't have expectations. The number one reason that people fail, organizations fail, is because they don't have clear expectations of what should be accomplished. And so job duties, yes.
I understand that, but in this particular position, they're the ones help kind of defining those particular roles and expectations. Correct?
I would hope so, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Means
I would
to
hope
me,
so.
they've got all of this functionally behind them. I feel like we're overcomplicating. Sorry.
Okay, so which direction would you like to go? I mean, would you just like to, I don't know if you're saying that you would like to just not define goals for the administrator.
I'd like to get a person and work with them on what that's going to look like, because as we mentioned in the previous discussion, it's not going to be a one size fits all person.
Okay.
And
so
this is a little bit of a different position than most administrative positions to
I
start with.
mean, we have what we want, not what they want.
That's
Right.
agreed.
So that we do have to have goals. They can't come in and tell us what they're gonna do. We need to tell them what we want them to do. And I thought,
But is it,
in this, one thing you show 6 month and a year, but the other one you say 90 day, and I think the 90
Check-ins,
day
yeah,
is important too. Just
yes,
his first 3 months is gonna be, as I say, bring from a fire hose.
I agree.
And
That,
see what they're finding,
yes,
see if they're getting what we want them to establish.
yes. And I think that might be what Catherine was mentioning too. That supplement is a way for you to do kind of more formal check-ins. I think that they should be talking to you on a very regular basis. And I think that you should have dedicated time to sit down and talk, evaluate their performance and give direction as well. So yes, I mean, there's things that I'd like you to say, yes, we want them to accomplish this. This is what the end of the year we'd like it to look like. And here's where we're going to check in and make sure we're on track.
Maybe another helpful way to think about it is that at the 6 months, you have each of these goals and then you check mark. Have you established regular effective
Mhm.
communication? Yes or no? Have you developed a productive working relationship with department heads and elected officials? Yes or no? I think that would be the intent. of having these.
Yeah, and to make sure we're on track, right? So if you don't know what you want, you don't necessarily, it's more difficult for you to say, yes, this position is accomplishing what we need it to accomplish at Riley County. And I think that's a really simple way to say it. And also it will have your conversation, right? No, you are. Yes, you are. But we want to kind of get a little bit more of this going on.
Well, in that job description, it has a lot of that, you know,
Point. Yeah, it was kind of my point.
rather, you know, that.
Yeah,
There may be a point, you know, say
The check-
someone's
yeah.
there for like 30, you know, maybe month or maybe half a month and say, hey, you know, I'm having some problems with some employees. Can we have an executive session to talk about it? Or something like that. Like guys say, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. We need to talk. So,
Agreed. Those things will need to come up as needed.
yeah.
What I'm suggesting is something that's specific to the administrator, instead of him or her saying, we have this issue, how do you want to guide me, which will need to happen all of the time. This is you saying, hey, as a whole, you're meeting our expectations, you're making the relationships, or you need to tweak this. You need to, for example, if they're not collaborating with department heads effectively, not saying that what they're doing is right or wrong, but you need them to change something so that they can get collaboration.
And we have to know about that.
Yes, yes. And so that's what I'm trying to establish is things that you say, hey, we need this. Are we getting this?
Are you wanting to put this in the job description? Or
We-
is this just something for our use? To go over after they, I guess when you hire somebody saying, look, this is our initial goals.
Yes to all. So we don't want to change the job description, but we would like to put in,
It's in the job description, but having specific things, we want this done by this date. Stuff, that's more after we get here.
well, we would like to put some of your goals into the marketing so that they can understand what Riley County is trying to accomplish and whether or not they can do those things. They will have access to the job description.
Yeah.
And what we would like is very clear direction from you as a board saying, hey, these are the things we want. Do you see yourself doing these things? Do you see yourself coming in and being able to accomplish that?
Yeah, that's what Commissioner Ford was saying. We've already got a lot of this established because of the job description.
I do want to make a clarification. I'm okay with checkpoints. That's fine.
Mhm.
We might want to do one after a month just to see how everything's going and check in, and maybe 90 days, 6 months, a year. Yeah, I think that's applicable, particularly when you have a
Yes.
brand new position, basically a brand new, maybe not a brand new department, but a reorganized department as a whole, to make sure then you're discussing some of these could change in the midst of that.
They could, although if we make them, I don't think any of these are specific enough that you're going to say, no, we no longer want effective communication.
But I look at most of them and I see, maybe they're not worded verbatim, but they're pretty much attached to the job description that we already have. So I mean, I don't know,
If I may, maybe that what the duties in the job description makes up the small pieces that hopefully, if they've been doing their job duties, by the time we review at 6 months, that they've accomplished that by utilizing their job duties.
No, not on hand. Yeah, well, our section, there in our advertising, there is a section. She was just mentioning that, you know, the city recently advertised for another executive position, a CFO in that case, but it's an executive level position. And they had goals and expectations section. So the county that I shared with you has goals and expectations. The draft that Vanessa has created for us has goals. And this is what it is the way to communicate. These are the top priorities for the commissioners. The job description, those are their tasks and duties. And by doing them, they should meet these, but these things are going to be a top priority for the commissioners in the first 6 months. Now, the second year, that's going to change, right? At that point, you will expect them to have already established effective communication with commissioners. So now what do we want to accomplish as a county? We'll change that. I think this is a way for not only you to communicate, this is the type of candidate we're looking for with the ability to do these things, but also gives you a framework to say, hey, you know, this person had this that we didn't think of, but can they do these core goals? Can they accomplish this for us? I think by communicating less of our expectations, it will be more difficult to find a candidate that fits your vision for Riley County's administrator.
I see where you're going with that, but I still kind of disagree that this is a position that, particularly with the years of experience, the background that we're already expecting, that they already know and have all of these.
So to me, and I mean this very respectfully, I think that's putting the cart before the horse. I think you guys need to be leading and saying, here is what we want. And you can either make it, or maybe you're not our best candidate. And I hope that they come and it makes it easy for you. I hope they have all of those skill sets and that they're amazing and you don't even ever have to have differing conversations. But I think you want to establish that we have goals and that we need accomplished.
Well, and a lot of those are mentioned in the job description. We can just put them in the goals, you know, if we want to formalize them in the goals, I think.
I mean, these are basically functions that they should be doing every day already. Goals and expectations may be a little bit something different, depending on what we're working on. And also, who knows, between now and January, February, whatever, those could potentially change. We have to be flexible with that too.
Okay, so you think your goals will change before then, or you think,
I say they could.
okay, for the administrator as a position?
Well, just what our goals are going to be as a commission, and then how they're going to take that and apply it to everyday admin and operations.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying that is a possibility. But I look at most of these and I think these are just actual functions of the position. Maybe don't necessarily, I mean, if we wanted to make a hard press on the strategic plan again, that might be a little bit of change or shift. But that would actually change what our goals and expectations of this position would be. I'm not explaining this well.
Well, that would be a priority, right? That would be a priority for that year. So yes, there is definitely space for every
Right.
year, and potentially changes over a month, what your priorities are. So that project would become a priority.
In previous experience, these individuals are used to that as well.
Yeah, I mean.
I look
think
at most of these and I just think these are organizational, operational things that, yes, I agree with Commissioner Foki. We have outlined in that job description and should have already be accomplishing those wherever they're at currently.
And then if I may, these are just suggestions.
Sure.
So if you have other things that you want to suggest as a goal, this is the time.
This is,
And I
yeah.
definitely agree there needs to be some checkpoints considering that, you know, the massiveness and it being basically new at this point in time, or reorganization and new.
So maybe that's the way I need to explain it. In order
Yeah.
to have checkpoints, we have to have things that we're defining that we're going to be checking on.
Yeah.
So, and that's exactly what I was going to mention as well, is that if these are not the right goals, absolutely, they have to be commissioner goals. These are
Right.
really given to you as suggestions, food for thought, ways to get your conversation going. I would still love to have, I think it's important we have goals that come from you. So if we want to work on that, if you have other goals in mind.
For myself, because I was looking through this, looking at these things, but I think what I really need to do is compare these. I should have gotten out the job description to see that's, you know.
Yeah.
To go farther with this, I need to be compared to
Okay.
see what we have in the job description, what we think might need to be added.
And I agree. I don't want necessarily, I'm not asking you change the job description,
No,
but out of those things, what come out as the priorities?
Right, yeah, and that's what I didn't do, I should have.
And kind of end results. You know, the job description is tasks, and what goals are is your end results. So if they do all these things, where do we see as Riley County? What is the vision?
I- Kind of cross compared a little bit there too. And that's why I came to the conclusion I've come to here is I looked at all those and I thought, well, okay, yeah. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, it looks almost the same. So
Sure.
I see where you're going with this and being clear and concise on what they're supposed to be doing, what our vision is and how they're supposed to apply it from
Mhm.
an administrative, operational and executive role. But this is, I don't know.
Well, let's change it from these apparently seem too task oriented, too really soft. Let's put our minds together to think of end result goals.
Okay.
And what I can do is I can email each of you. So it's a top, this I don't even know if this structure helps you, but the job description and potentially this structure.
Both really.
And I think
Okay.
if we want to do it by consensus, I do think the checkpoints are fine, and I think that that needs to be part of that marketing, so they know what they're getting into, at least for the first year. And I think, leave it at that first year and see how things go. Maybe we don't, maybe this person fits right in, does exactly what we need to do, and we can move on to some other things in year number 2, or maybe there's some hiccups along the way. I mean, I believe that's probably going to be the case, is none of this is going to be absolute perfect, but I look at most of this, and yeah, I think they're more tasks than they are.
Sure.
Um,
I still am just adamant that I've worked with people who is along the way that don't have set goals and set clear what their expectations are, who get to the 6-month mark or the 9-month mark and say, well, they're doing stuff, so good enough, because you didn't have a standard to start with. And so changing them, these absolutely, I mean, they need to be your goals. They need to be things you want the administrator to accomplish so that we can then all work towards that.
I mean, we decide there may be some changes that need to take place within the role itself.
I mean, I think that that's a good thing to look at after the first year.
The guiding principles highlighted in blue after every check-in point, it kind of summarizes things.
Yeah, and I think if you want more of like vision, like this is what Riley County will be, this is you're going to contribute to this. I don't have wording off the top of my head for that, but I can do a little research. I would really like that from you guys.
Okay.
Because all of these are, they're like things that they should do, and it's a little overwhelming if we get something that, hey, this is what we want you to, all these points you need to deal with, but it might be.
I hope it's not for this level administrator. I hope it's
Yeah.
not. That would be a bad sign. This is something that I think any of your department heads could digest and understand. And we hope that person is as experienced as some of your.
Well, I mean, even looking at all these up here, I think the majority of our department heads are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Filling most of these, obviously with some parables a little bit there, because each department is a little bit different, but most of our departments are doing all these things, and we haven't had to ask them to do all these things.
Well, and on the other side of the coin, many of them do continue to ask for feedback, direction,
Right.
expectations.
Mhm.
I haven't asked them, so I'm not speaking on their behalf. My perception is that they would appreciate similar expectations and goals to help them plan forward. And again, that's my perspective.
Yeah, I think on our current department heads, we have that evaluation every 6 months, I guess. And we discuss those kinds of things, which is good. And they've been here. But getting somebody new, I think we do need to have some common goals, but I think they can be consolidated.
Yeah, I mean, I think they can look at however you'd like them to look. I just would like you to all, if you get some common goals, we can communicate that, and then we can hold a person to those expectations. Or adjust whether that expectation is unrealistic. So I guess I just want to make sure that I know where to go to from here. Would you like me to send out this document, the job description, continue to work on maybe some different goals, and you work on goals and we come back together?
I've got all this. I just need to sit down and focus.
Okay.
Just on these
Yeah.
two things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of got this information, but that's a lot to digest all
It's a
at
lot.
once, and we need to take whatever time necessary to do that, because this is extremely important and
I completely agree with that.
necessary.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I would love to really emphasize moving forward, but the time frame you need is the time frame you need.
Well, I based it off that motion there, I'm good with the kind of that evaluation framework you've established.
Okay.
Might be a bad idea to touch bases after the first month, just to see how they're doing and how we're doing with things. And then maybe 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year,
Sure.
just to make sure that, particularly up front, 'cause I firmly expect this isn't going to be 100% smooth. So we can iron out those things up front at the beginning, and a small issue doesn't become a big issue at that 6-month or year point.
Yeah, more communication is going to be
Yeah.
better. More direction from you is going to be better. I can add those in. I believe that first month is going to go so quickly. We'll all be surprised. how soon you're sitting down, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Or maybe, if we don't get to it till 45 days or something, I mean, but somewhere in that,
Put it on the agenda.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe every month, something.
And we still have some other logistics that we need to work out as we're working through the marketing and advertising and interviewing process too, so.
We'll talk about that
Right.
yet this afternoon, just today, so.
Yeah,
Do you want us to like table this or just?
I think that would.
I think I guess what I'll do is I'll get you the information, I'll put it back on the agenda. You guys try to form some goals, even if they're just concepts, then we can get the
The
wording.
overall idea we agree on is just trying to see exactly how specific. goals.
And I can help with verbiage and then present that, but what we need to know is what you want. What are the end result you want? Okay,
I would recommend maybe giving until next Thursday or
Yeah,
a good
give
amount
us
of
some
time.
yeah, yes, agreed, yeah, I'll try to get the information to you yet today and then, because it's just the stuff that we already have made and then,
yeah, sounds good.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One for Michael Hawthorne, pastime.
That means we have to move on now, right?
You have the power.
You're good.
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael Hawthorne, Assistant County Counselor. I thought I would give us all a very pleasant break from the administrator talk by talking about our favorite subject, taxes. Specifically, personal property taxes, and a little more specifically, very, very old personal property taxes.
I thought that was a typo at first.
So we have some outstanding property tax judgments from the year 2005. There is a statute permitting us to essentially let those judgments become dormant after 20 years. So for the past 20 years, we've periodically renewed these judgments. There are some things we have to do when that happens, such as send out notice. At a certain point, I don't think we're going to be collecting any of these judgments. And I think that, frankly, that point is long since passed. I peruse these names of these people and these companies. Some are deceased, some I could find nothing about. There are a few people around who are still in the area who, frankly, I don't think could probably come up with these old taxes. There was one gentleman I found who was actually died in 2004 and had a property tax judgment against him issued in 2006. So I don't think we'll be getting anything out of there. So I have attached a resolution which would essentially make a finding that these taxes are not likely to be collected and would allow those taxes to become dormant, which would essentially just relieve us of our obligation to keep renewing them. Because again, I don't see there's any way that these are going to be collected. I think, frankly, we can be more proactive going forward to collect these taxes. I think we're going to start sending out demand letters for these personal property taxes. In the cases where somebody owes a significant amount, we can even do, say, wage garnishments or even bank account garnishments. But the start is probably not with the taxes from when I was in middle school.
Well, I think the other thing to take into consideration too, is you were talking 5,300 and some change. I mean, just the personnel time it takes to continue to try to move these forwards is probably worth more than the amount that we're trying to get at this point in time. So
I think Shiloh's people would be relieved if we didn't have to keep track of these taxes.
yeah, I would agree.
And so I stand for any questions.
Yeah, I mean, none of these or even these addresses any good anymore.
I
How often have you sent it? How often have we sent something through them?
think the last time would have been in 2023.
I wonder how many of them came back. The address probably wasn't even any good.
A little before my time, but I did a little bit of checking. So notices were sent out in 2020 or 2018. And then the next time was 2023. And in that time, I think one person paid their taxes, which was probably only a few dozen dollars. So I don't have any more information to provide unless there are questions.
Yeah, I'll just add on that as far as the addresses go. When we go through the notice process, we try to provide direct notice to their address, but if we don't do that, we also do publication. So it covers us by that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to list those.
And that gets expensive.
Yeah, it does get expensive.
Whether these people are even around here anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you had to do that again, you'd have
Some of them,
pay
I
for
think I
the
found
advertising costs to
that
do it
were
again,
still
too.
around, but frankly, having looked up their records, I don't think they're going to have the resources to pay their old judgments as minor as they were. And I don't think there are ways we could go about collecting those would be worthwhile.
Mhm. Are there court costs and other fees associated with tracking?
Maybe not necessarily with just filing the
Yeah.
essentially the renewal affidavits or anything.
Plus
but with-
advertising costs is mentioned there,
with
yeah.
providing notice, that's where the cost comes in. And the staff time we spend keeping track of those and essentially typing up those renewal documents.
Okay. Okay. I think that's probably good, yeah. Okay, I can go ahead then and make a motion to approve the board's resolution as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the resolution as presented concerning property tax judgments. All in favor? Aye.
All three, please sign.
Okay.
All right. I will turn it back over to Elizabeth for some more administrator talk.
Elizabeth showed her
Look, it's Vanessa too. Yay. Catherine, are you ready for us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just looking at that. There's one picture that's really weird. The one with the waterfront or.
if you don't need.
You see that one?
All right, Commissioners, Elizabeth Ward, Human Resources Director. And
Vanessa Gregg, Riley County PIO.
so what we have here is really a first look. We're not asking necessarily for action. This is the fifth draft that we've come to and just some tweaking along the ways. Vanessa has done all of the work with input from other staff, but done all the internal work. And one of the things we were discussing originally was whether we needed to have outside marketing firm help us with this, or if we were able to do it internally. My recommendation is to continue with internal resources and have Vanessa be our lead on this marketing. Obviously, that doesn't mean we can't tweak things and do things, but I think this is meeting good professional expectation. So that's really my only recommendation at this point. Otherwise, we really wanted to give you and the public a look at what we are considering for your position.
Definitely. Try it ourselves. We're trying to hire somebody that.
Oh, that's better. Online, they're showing that canoe right in front of the buildings.
Which is it?
Oh, online it shows Adventure Awaits, and it's got the canoe going in front of I think that's Fort Riley's building. It's really funny.
They're two separate.
Oh, is it
pages.
this?
Yeah, they're just two
Here,
separate
it's two
pages.
separate ones.
I see.
Yes.
I'm going, that would be cool.
Yeah, we had a little AI. You can just now canoe down.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's nice.
Well, I think in 1951, you probably could have did that.
Yeah, and you can see she's got spots in here that are still left open for things like these key priorities. We're hoping for that area to be filled in with your input.
And with that, what we were referencing earlier with the goals, that's kind of what we're talking about right here. What I was really looking for from the marketing perspective was, yes, there is a job description, but you guys may be picking out 2 or 3 of those things out of the description and expanding on what that means to you. Because the job description can be pretty vague for intentional reasons. We want that to be a little open-ended. But what I'm looking at for you for the marketing side for this page specifically is expanding on those job description bullets from your perspective as the board. That's kind of what that plan was.
Well, and if you look at this, you can think about key priorities. I mean, some priorities that we know you guys are wanting to balance an efficient budget. I mean, that could be a priority that this person is going to be working on. You want to ensure, staffing levels are appropriate for local government moving forward. That could be one of your priorities. You've had a strategic plan. So continue responsibly or something with this strategic plan, you'll want to want this person to help push those goals forward. So yeah, we would like to see what you want as a priority, same what we've talked about previously. It can be task related, like Vanessa talked
Right.
about. I think we'll have some good impact if we put things out there that are professional challenges for the person to be able to achieve under your direction.
And really, I'm just, if you guys as a group bring back 5 or 10 things, I'm gonna just pull 3 or 4 or 5 of those things to really highlight on this. I'm not gonna take all of the information because we don't wanna be redundant with the job description in this because it is available to the applicant. I just want to pull 5 of those ideas that have been expanded by the board to really emphasize the key priorities and strategic opportunities that this individual is going to have for this position.
Yeah. So,
So how's that work then? Are you gonna, post this on LinkedIn or whatever, or how, what do you do with this file?
we will not post it on LinkedIn because there are documentation issues for local government on LinkedIn, but we will post the job in other job boards. We will actually physically send this out. I've received several flyers like this in the past several years. You've received some, I think our other department heads, have received like, here's these great jobs all over the Midwest, come work for us type of thing. So we are hoping to send that out to everyone that has the potential, so including KAC.
Just send out links to it or something.
I think we'll probably send hard copies.
This, are you gonna look at, I say when you're advertising, I assume there's some kind of a, like county commissioners association, there's some kind
Yes.
of a
Yep, all of those. Well,
administrators, city and county administrators.
there are. The League of Municipalities is one. KAC we're going to use. We'll use all of the SHRM potential, and then we will have some, hopefully, I don't have them secured yet, but some mailing lists. So
Mhm.
we'll bring that to you once I can get some secure costs. We would want to still get this professionally printed so that it'll be,
The colors would be a little bit better than what they are here.
You put it in some kind of a binder or something too, wouldn't you? Or
maybe not for the mail. I know the ones I get have been, just in like at a 8x11
Yeah.
envelope,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it's not folded up and messy.
I consider that a binder, but
Yeah, and the ones that I've gotten have been a little bit more glossy too, that kind of just kind of a professional look to them. We're trying to get someone who's, really an executive level professional, I guess is the best way I can explain that. And so we want them to know that, and really, truly, it is a professional opportunity. Riley County has incredibly professional opportunity here, and I just want to be able to showcase that instead of people assuming that there's something different. I want to really be clear on what they're offering. But I do think Vanessa's done an excellent job, and I think she'll continue to edit, and as we get your feedback, add some things to it. And although I wasn't asking for action, I would like to just know whether you support moving forward internally.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah, I think it's what we need to do.
Okay. Other than that, we aren't expecting necessarily any specific feedback at this moment, but we do want to get anything, as you go through it, if you have edits, if you have ideas. I also did want to, by this way, share it with the public, share it with our department heads. They have professional experience. Some of them have probably been recruited for different jobs. Maybe they can give us some input too on first blush.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Anything else you think you need? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Homework, yes, huh? All going in the same energy.
Done with budget, we knew this was.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be.
Yeah,
able to
we've done a good
focus on-
majority of the heavy lift to get to this point, so
Yeah.
it's just fine tuning. I think we'll be okay. Okay.
Is there anything else we need to talk about?
I don't. Shiloh. Okay, pass it off to Vanessa. No, on the group that's working on the county officials luncheon.
You mean the annual?
Yeah, the Northeast Canton.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to make mention that I did reach out to Marcia in the chamber and they've got some ideas.
I just got an email from them this
Okay.
morning that I was gonna forward to the group.
Okay,
and
okay,
They were on our list to contact, so.
okay.
if
I
they
wasn't, I didn't want to catch you by surprise, so I just.
they actually already sent me some information,
Okay.
so we're gonna be reaching out. So thank you.
I would say probably on that note, as commission, we need to figure out where we want to hold our little round top or whatever you want to call it.
What we want to do with them.
Yeah,
Table?
Yeah, so we're reserving some meeting spaces out at the EMS facility because our plan is to charter either out of bus or a charter bus or something that will take everybody from the Blue Hills room out to that facility. You'll be given a space for your little meetings and then we'll rotate through and do tours and then go back to the Blue Hills room for the luncheon.
okay,
We're working through, but we're still working through those logistics.
okay.
Good.
Okay.
That's some thoughts on that.
But like I said, we need to know what we want, what we're gonna present to the group.
Yeah,
Commissioners.
Do we want a speaker of some sort?
well, I was gonna say Bruce from KAC, but he's already one of the main speakers, so that's probably not an option. Yeah, that's a good thought. We probably need to think about that, yeah.
'Cause they had a speaker for the last one, and didn't come. So
I
that's
wasn't
when
a
they-
county official either, it was somebody else.
Yeah, they had somebody else.
Do you want us to research speakers for the commissioners?
Because we're reaching out and securing speakers now
Okay.
with the meeting being in a month.
Well, I would
So-
naturally assume that each group would
Have a,
have a point person or
Yes,
speaker.
we all have, so like, we're gonna have somebody in the appraisers from PVD.
Right,
And then I'm gonna reach out to somebody at the Secretary of State's office for the clerks portion, and we'll have somebody at the treasurer's, but we can,
yeah, do
Figure
that,
out.
yeah,
Okay.
since you're already in that mode already for
I
that,
mean,
yeah.
would you want just to have Bruce just meet with the commissioners? He's already, Bruce Clowney's gonna be here to
Mhm.
address the group as a whole. but
oh, okay.
Would
Yeah.
would you like me to ask him if he would just then meet with the commissioners in your breakout?
Yeah. Or if he wants to delegate somebody from the organization, either or.
Too bad, what's his name, gone, that he would
Yeah,
have called.
Yeah, and they haven't hired anybody for that position yet either, so that's not an option as well.
And Craig been part of it.
Well,
Yeah.
Craig might be an option.
I mean, you can.
He's gonna understand some of the legislative priorities since he worked on those last year, so that might be a good idea.
does
Is
that
you want a
consensus?
keynote or, I mean, it's keynote speech. right?
Well, it's not really a keynote, it's just coming in and just kind of working on
Start a
commission,
discussion.
yeah, start a
Yeah.
Start
discussion.
a discussion.
Ours is gonna be all legislative and
Might be
policy,
Craig, to be
so.
honest.
Okay, so we have consensus on Craig being the speaker, or we'll ask him to be the
Yeah.
speaker for just the
Contact.
commissioners breakout session.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have Bruce from KAC as the keynote speaker and Blade from the Wareham Project as the other keynote speaker. For everyone. Okay, great.
I know that's gonna come up quick.
Yeah. September 25th.
Yeah, well, Blake will be there,
Everything comes up quick.
especially this time of the year when everything gets condensed towards the end of the year, yeah. Okay. No, I that was all I was thinking about, so,
Okay. Anything else?
digress.
I don't have anything.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go ahead then and make a motion to adjourn the August 20th meeting of the Riley County Commission.
Second.
I moved and seconded to adjourn the August 20th meeting